Your name?
Bob Trezise, Trezise.
Thanks, Bob. How long have you lived here?
I've lived here since 1961.
And what brought you to Redcliff?
Redcliff was the location of my first teaching job in Battle Mountain High School, which was located in Redcliff at that time.
What school did you go to?
I took my bachelor's degree at the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley, and my master's degree at the University of Missouri in Columbia.
What year did you graduate?
1957 and 1958.
And then you basically came right over here.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, after college, I had to spend 3 years in the Army.
Okay.
And so because the draft was on, and then after that, I came to Redcliff for my first teaching job. I was born and raised just 40 miles from here, because my grandfather had a ranch outside the town of Eagle.
Oh, cool. Very cool. How many kids were in the class that you taught? What class did you teach?
I taught all 4 high school classes of English. Say the smallest one was probably about 12, the largest one was about 22.
Okay. And what was the population of this little town then?
Probably about the same as it is now, plus a few others. The families were much larger, and the houses were much more densely occupied, but there's just so many population you can cram into this little town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is pretty small. I think there's 275 or something like that here.
Probably there might have been 350, 400 at the most at that time that I came in.
So, as the years have gone by, and Redcliff has changed, what's changed for the better and what's changed for the worst?
The change for the better are some of the replacement of some of the old structures that were not standing up by too well, and which had been worn out through the years. The definite improvement was to the water and sewer system. We don't consistently have water freezing every winter as we used to. The streets are about the same as they were then. We've had a huge change in population. In 1984, when the New Jersey Zinc mine closed, many people left here and either went back to places in New Mexico, or they moved to gypsum or lower altitudes to get out of the snows. And so in the space of 10 years, the population, which might have been in the 55 to 65 year bracket, changed to the 25 to 35 year bracket.
Yeah, okay. And what happens here in the winter?
Snow. Lots of it.
Does it, like, this seems to be like a pretty deep valley and mountains all over on the side. Are there ever avalanches? Or?
No, because here if there are any avalanches, and there have been some, they've been minor ones, or very small ones. This is nothing like most of the slopes around here have trees on them to hold back the major avalanches. It's unlike above timberline where they roar down the slopes forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd heard you said that there's a lot more trees here than there were when you moved in here.
Yes.
When you first moved in here back in the early 60s, were there avalanches then? No,
our winters weren't as cold then. I remember 2 avalanches in probably about 1969 or say 1973, somewhere in that area. And a couple of the houses up on Eagle Street were buried, or mostly buried. The people were notified, so they got out in time and weren't killed by carbon monoxide poisoning. But they dug the snow away from the house, and that went on. Life went on.
So, what makes you choose to live in a place in the winter that's so cold as you get older?
Well, as I looked around at the overcrowding, at the pollution, at the noise, at the complexity of life in the lower valley, and I do go down there for reasons. There are far worse things than snow.
This is true. This is definitely true. This is a really cute town. It's very picturesque. It'd be nice to live here, but I don't know if I could handle all the snow.
Well, the first thing you have to realize about living in Redcliff is living here is not for the faint-hearted.
Got to be pretty tough, huh?
Yeah.
And what about living in a town that has no cell phone access?
Cell phones mean nothing to me. I know everybody else uses them. Cell phones and computers and iPads and things that I'm just reciting words I've heard. I have no idea what they mean.
So what do you do for recreation?
Well, I'm retired at 81 years old. I retired at 65, but I'm 81 now. But I have some part-time jobs. I'm a musician, and I play the masses at St. Clair's in Edwards and Beaver Creek, and occasionally play the pipe organ at the Presbyterian Church in Leadville. I also belong to a couple of organizations in Leadville, the Masonic Lodge and Order of Eastern Star. And as a musician, as I'm secretary of the lodge, I have plenty of things to do.
Good, good. So, how do you heat your house? Is it?
It's my gas hot water baseboard heat.
Okay. You have ever had any failures?
Oh yes.
What happens then?
What happens is you call the local plumber up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and he comes over and gets the boiler running again.
So nice. They make pretty quick house calls around here then?
Yes,
That's awesome. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.